Hello, it's Chris from My Stamp Lady. I'm so glad you're here to see these tags with the Snowman Season bundle. So I've made 3 different tags and I'm going to show you how to make these tags and kind of fun little unique tips with each one. So we are using the Snowman Season bundle, which comes with this stamp set right here and the coordinating snowman punch. That's a builder punch, so it has all the little pieces. I will also be using the stitched shaped dies, so with my Big Shot. So this fun snowman has elements from the It Snow Embellishment Kit. It also has this really cute snowman that is punched from the It Snow paper, the designer series paper. Just a quick note, this video is being posted at the end of November on my blog. And as of right now, the paper is back ordered through December, the beginning of December. As soon as the paper becomes available, or it's even not orderable, as soon as it becomes available, I will post that it's available. But I'm going to still show you a fun little technique with this really cute glittery paper. Okay, so we're starting with our tag base, which is a 2-inch by 5-inch piece of Coastal Cabana cardstock. And I'm using the scallop tag topper, so you just push this in and you punch it. And that's how you get the scalloped decorative edge tag. That punch is designed to work with a 2-inch wide piece of paper. So I'm going to start with the Merry Christmas at the top, and I'm using Real Red. Now you'll notice that my stamp has Merry Christmas all laid out across, and my tag has Merry Christmas up and down, and I'm going to show you how I did that. So the first thing I did is I inked up the Merry, just the Merry, and you can also put like a washi tape over the Christmas if you want to make sure that you don't get any ink on there. And then I'm going to stamp the Merry. Okay, and now I'm going to wash off the Merry. So I've washed off the Merry, and I'm going to repeat that with the Christmas. And just ink up the Christmas. Make sure I didn't get any ink on that Y, and line that up underneath. There we go. And that's as easy how you do the Merry Christmas on top of each other. So then my next step is I need to get some snowflakes. Okay, I want my snowflakes to stand out, so I'm going to emboss those, heat emboss those. I'm also going to go over that Merry Christmas just to make sure it doesn't grab any ink, or any powder when I stamp over it. So we do the embossing buddy first, and now I'm just randomly stamping the snowflakes. And we'll get them in the background. And I will be using some of the white embossing powder. The Versamark ink is the best ink to use for embossing. It's nice and wet, and it will hold that powder really well. Okay, so I tap off my excess. I've poured my excess back into my container, and now I'm warming up my heat tool, and I'm going to melt that powder. I have a piece of 2 by 1 3/4 inch paper, and I'm just going to tear this edge. Back to when I started, this is like one of the very first techniques we used to have a long time ago, like 20 years ago. Time goes by fast. And I just tore that edge, and I'm going to lay this down and place it along the bottom of my tag. And then I'm going to accent that torn edge with a little bit of the ice glitter. So I'm going to use the fine tip glue. Let's put some fine tip glue along the edge here, just spreading it where I want my icy glitter. I'll give this a second to dry after I put the glitter over that. So I just sprinkle the glitter, just kind of like you do the embossing powder, and the glue will grab it, and then I can let that dry. Okay, so let's move on to our snowman. So this is the particular snowman that I'm going to use, and what's nice is you'll see that he fits right into that snowman builder punch. So I could just line him up. He's got such a cute little smile. We'll line him up, and we'll put him right in there. I've added dimensionals to the back side of my snowman. I'm going to be very careful because my glue has not dried yet from that ice glitter. So we're just going to set these guys down really careful. There we go. Now from that It Snow Embellishment Kit, I'm going to add a couple of arms. And I just put those right on the back, the cardstock tag. Even though they're set back, it's fine. You can't really tell. So let's grab, I'm going to use the Flirty Flamingo pieces, and I'm going to use a dimensional and just take that off, getting that tag off of there, or the cover I should say. We'll just find him a scarf, put it over a little bit. Where did that, there we go. And add a dimensional to the back, and this way my felt pieces will be at the same level as my snowman. And look at that, we have just a super cute tag. To add the ribbon, I just took 8 inches of this, it's the Real Red cotton ribbon. I'll have the exact name below. So I took 8 inches, I put that in there. I took 8 inches of the white twine, and just tie a bow. For this tag, we're doing the Let It Snow, and this is with the kind of the cut out piece. So I have my 2-inch wide tag, and this is like 3 1/4 inches, and I'm going to grab that snowman that goes onto this one. We're going to ink it up with the tuxedo black. Get it centered on there. Now here's the little tip about this particular tag. So what I've done, I'm going to bring my Big Shot in here to show you. So what I've done is I have my magnetic platform, I have an acrylic plate, put that down on there, and then I've put down my die. So this is my stitched oval die, and you can see I have the bottom of the tag is up and over the bottom of the bottom of the tag is up and over the bottom of the die, and I'm trying to just make sure I have it as centered as best I can. Now if I don't, the oval might be off a little bit, but we're going to do the best that I can. I'm trying to get that centered. And let's see, make sure that I'm on camera. Okay, let's tuck this up a little bit. We're going to just pull that down. So that is what your setup is going to be. The bottom of the cardstock is over the bottom of the die, and the top of the cardstock is under the die. Place your acrylic plate on top, and all you have to do is just run it in so that until it has cut. You don't have to run it all the way through, and then when you remove it, you have your partially cut or the stitched oval top, just like that. Okay, so under this one with my Real Red, I'm going to put the Let It Snow. I love tags. Tags are one of my favorite things to make for Christmas time. You can just add them to a gift bag or a package. So now I'm going to use some blends to color this guy. Blends are my favorite way to color. They're quick, you don't have any overlying marks. The alcohol marker just works really well. So I have Pool Party. I'm going to use a Pool Party Light, Dark Pumpkin Pie, and the Flirty Flamingo Light and Dark. There is really no secret to coloring with the blends. It's just straight coloring. You can do blending and do some layers, but with these snowmen, I'm just doing straight coloring. So I'm going to color these up, and then I'll be back. Okay, so we've got this guy colored up, so now I can just add him to my tag. I am leaving a little bit of space at the bottom of the tag so that the Coastal Command is going to show through just a little bit. So let's take a little bit of that glimmery washi tape and we'll just go over that seam, and then I'm going to trim off the edges so it lines up with the cardstock. I'm going to add the ribbon just like I did for the other one. I've put down my two-way glue along the bottom here. Let's grab those little ice glitters again, and we'll put those in along the bottom. And then for this card, I am going to add a little bit of the Shimmery Crystal Effects, and I just put that over the hat here. Let's just spread some there. This does take a while to dry, so you want to make sure this is your last step over the snow. And then we'll also get the coal. And what that's going to do is going to have a little raised, shiny look to it. So those will look like they are standing up a bit. So it's like making your own specialty paper. Okay, so that is that one. So I have my already punched out piece, and here is my, gotta make sure I have it the right way, the snowman. It's 2 inches wide. So we have the snowman that is throwing up snow. What's a fun thing about this stamp set is that they have so many different snowmen, like doing different things. You've got just the straight snowman that you can punch out. And even though I punched mine out of the designer series paper, there is the snowman stamp that will work with that punch. Okay, so let's stamp that up, and then I'm going to go ahead and color this just like I colored the other one. And I'm using dark pumpkin pie and light pool party for this one. Let's do that Merry Christmas just like we did on the first one, where I ink up just the Merry first, and then we will ink up the Christmas. Okay, we've got that Merry Christmas just like we did last time. And now I can just put down my snow guy that's throwing up and excited about the snow. From that It Snow Embellishment Kit, we will use a bit more of the washi tape. And we're going to just tape over the top. Here we go. And the bottom. Just trim those up so that they'd be even with the sides. I also want this guy to be throwing his hat in the air, so I'm just have a thin strip of Whisper White cardstock, stamping the hat, and I stamped it sideways like that because I know where the hat spot is on the punch, and that makes it nice and easy to line up and to punch out. And I will again use blends to color these out. If you have not tried the blends, they are wonderful for coloring. So let's use the light black to color the hat part, and I'm also using dark pool party, dark old olive, and dark real red. Okay, because this snowman is throwing his hat up in the air just like with the snow, I put a little dimensional, one of the mini dimensionals behind it. We'll add it right there. And to finish out this card, we're going to add some more of the Shimmery Crystal Effects. We want a shiny little coal button in the center, and we'll make some shimmery snow. I love how you can use the little embellishments like the washi tape and the felt from the It Snow Embellishment Kits. I also have some of the ice glitter, lots of fun embellishments on these cards here today. Please stay tuned and watch another Christmas video.